Before we even see the first Christmas tree, something else usually arrives first. A smell, warm butter in the oven, roasted almonds at a market stall, spices that turn an ordinary room into something that suddenly feels like December. For many of us, that quiet moment when we bite into a cookie or a slice of sweet bread is when it truly feels like Christmas has started. And without realizing it, we're often tasting recipes that have been loved, changed, and perfected in Germany for hundreds of years. In this video, we're diving into 5+1 German Christmas sweets that shape the way the holidays taste in Germany and far beyond. Some of them might already be on your table every year. Others you might recognize from shop windows or supermarket shelves without knowing their story. So let's step into the bakery side of Christmas. One cookie, one loaf, one small sweet at a time. Number 1. Lebkuchen, spiced hearts from Nuremberg. It's something many of us know. Soft gingerbread hearts with sugar decorations hanging in Christmas markets. But the story of Lebkuchen begins centuries ago in Germany, especially around Nuremberg. Back then, these weren't just cookies. Monks and bakers mixed honey nuts and rare spices like cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg brought along dangerous trade routes. They baked the dough on thin wafers so it wouldn't stick, then glazed it with sugar or chocolate and decorated it with almonds. In a time when sugar and spices were luxuries, Lebkuchen was a small miracle on a winter table. Today, Lebkuchen is sold all over the world, in tins and boxes on market stalls. Some are soft and cakey, others crunchy and heavily spiced. But at their heart, they're still the same, a taste of warmth and generosity baked into a simple, round, sweet bite. Number 2. Stollen, a snow-dusted loaf from Dresden. Few Christmas breads are as instantly recognizable as Stollen, a heavy loaf, folded over, dusted thick with powdered sugar like fresh snow. But its story starts in a much plainer way. In the 15th century, Stollen was a simple fasting bread. Church rules forbade butter and milk during Advent, so bakers had to use oil. The result was dry and far from festive. That changed when the rulers of Saxony asked the Pope for permission to use butter. With the famous butter letter, the dough suddenly became richer, softer, and worthy of a feast. Filled with raisins, candied citrus peel, nuts, and sometimes a line of marzipan in the middle, Stollen is said to resemble the Christ child wrapped in a white cloth, hence the thick sugar coating. Today, Dresdner Christstollen is protected by law, and every slice carries centuries of Advent tradition. It's not just cake, it's Christmas in loaf form. Number 3. Marzipan, sweet almond magic from Lübeck. Smooth, sweet, and endlessly shapeable, marzipan is the sculptor of the Christmas dessert table. While its exact origins are debated, Germany, and especially the Hanseatic city of Lübeck, turned marzipan into a winter legend. One popular story says marzipan rose to fame during times of famine, when flour was scarce, but almonds still arrived through trade. Bakers ground the almonds with sugar to create a new kind of bread, and accidentally invented a luxury sweet that kings and merchants couldn't get enough of. By the 19th century, Lübeck was famous for its marzipan fruits, animals, and Christmas figures. Families gave them as gifts, and children admired them almost like toys before taking the first bite. Today, marzipan is tucked into Stollen, dipped in chocolate, or shaped into pigs and lucky charms for the new year. With just almonds and sugar, it turns simple ingredients into pure Christmas magic. Number 4. Spekulatius. Stories pressed into cookie dough. Look closely at a speculacious cookie and you'll see more than just a pattern. Ships, windmills, animals, sometimes even saints. These thin, crisp biscuits are like tiny storyboards baked in butter and spice. Originally, Spekulatius was more closely tied to St. Nicholas Day than to Christmas itself. Bakers pressed spiced dough into carved wooden molds, creating detailed pictures before sliding the tray into the oven. The spices, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, were once extremely expensive, so these cookies were saved for the most special days of the year. Today, Spekulatius has spread far beyond Germany. You can find them in supermarkets and cafes all over Europe, sometimes simply called spiced biscuits. But the tradition behind them remains the same, a reminder that even a small cookie can carry a whole story in its surface. Number 5. Dominosteine, little cubes of Christmas layers. At first glance, Dominosteine looks simple. Small chocolate-covered cubes lined up in a box. Bite into one, though, and you discover Christmas in layers. These sweets were invented in the 1930s by a German confectioner looking for an affordable treat during difficult times. He stacked a base of soft Lebkuchen, a layer of fruity jelly, and a layer of marzipan, then covered the whole cube in dark chocolate. The result was rich, complex, and surprisingly filling, even in a small piece. Today, Dominosteine are a true Advent classic in Germany. They appear on coffee tables, in office kitchens, and in gift boxes. Each small cube carries the flavors of several other Christmas treats at once: gingerbread, fruit, marzipan, and chocolate. A whole holiday bakery in just one bite. Number 5 plus 1. Vanillekipferl, crescent moons of butter and sugar. Before Santa flies and fireworks light up the sky, there's another small Christmas symbol in many German homes: the delicate curve of a vanillekipferl. These crescent-shaped cookies are simple, but they have a way of stealing the show. Made from a buttery dough with ground nuts, often almonds or hazelnuts, they're carefully shaped by hand into little moons, baked until just golden, then rolled while still warm in vanilla sugar. The result is a cookie that almost melts on the tongue, leaving behind the soft sweetness of vanilla and nuts. Though they're also loved in Austria and across Central Europe, Vanillekipferl have become a beloved part of German Christmas baking. They're the kind of cookie that disappears quietly from the plate, one after another, until only a dusting of sugar is left. Proof that sometimes the gentlest flavors are the ones people remember most. Spice, almonds, dried fruit, sugar that falls like snow. In the end, that's what these 5 plus 1 German Christmas sweets are really about. Turning a few simple ingredients into something that feels like a whole season. Each of them tells a different story. Monks baking with precious spices, traders bringing almonds and citrus from far away, families shaping dough by hand at a kitchen table year after year. Together, they show that Christmas isn't only about what we see. It's also about what we taste and share. So the next time you open a tin of cookies, slice into a Stollen, or spot a box of Dominosteine in a shop, you'll know there's a little bit of German history behind that sweetness. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which one of these German Christmas sweets would you want to try first? Or which one is already part of your holiday tradition?